Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So, in React.js sessions, what is the course overview and contents that I will give a simple overview today first. So, the prerequisite is to start learning React. In order to learn React, you must have knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the basic requirements for React. Without that, you cannot attend React. So React, here you are not going to learn any JavaScript. Here we are going to use JavaScript. So you should have prior knowledge of JavaScript. So you should finish your JavaScript and attend this batch. So this is not for a fresher directly attending without any knowledge of JavaScript. I hope everyone is already aware of these three things. So, because here we are not learning those concepts, and you need a good, complete knowledge on these topics. However, when we use some new concepts, means people who completely learned JavaScript, they know all advanced concepts. But some people with limited knowledge on JavaScript, so they attend these batches. Some advanced concepts they are not aware, and in React we have to use them. If any such topics are there, I will give overview of the topic again once in JavaScript, then we will implement that in React. Actually, this React.js, we are going to deal with the two languages. React.js, we are going to learn with JavaScript and with another language called TypeScript. So we are going to discuss this React.js with these two, JavaScript and TypeScript. JavaScript, you must learn and come. TypeScript, we will learn in these sessions. Means here I will teach you TypeScript, and with the TypeScript also, we will learn how to build React applications. Because these days in companies, so they ask majority with JavaScript and TypeScript. So depends on project. And what is TypeScript? How it is different from JavaScript? You don't need to learn that uh, prior to this. You will learn this in React. Yeah. In React.js, we will directly discuss about that. Now, and here we are going to learn React.js, that is 18 version. We are going to learn React.js 18 version. Companies are still not using it. Some companies are still working on React 17 and other versions. Actually, React 18 onwards completely changed. React 18 onwards, it completely changed. So people who have knowledge on React earlier, so they feel little different here now because so many new changes added into this complete library change. That's the reason React versions up to 17 are different. From 17 and higher, 18 onwards, it's different. So we are going to learn 18, which is the latest version, and we will discuss 17 also. That means I will show you in 17 how it is going to be. That means how it going to work in 17, we will discuss about that. So we will learn in 17 as well as we will discuss in 18. We are going to see both points. Why you need to know older version? Because companies are still working. And if you try to implement what you learned in this new version, it will not work. That means you need to make some changes if you have to work in a older version. Because in new version, so many new concepts added. So new things added, right? Yes. So technically, this React.js, in this React.js versions, we have two versions to deal with, 17 and 18. Right? Once you are good with these two versions, you can work on any kind of project in companies because these two versions are very much in use. Right? 18 is the latest version. Right? One more important thing you should know is actually React JS or React. So this is both are same. Both are same. Means you call React or you call React JS. Both are same. There is no difference. Why people get this confusion? Because actually Angular JS and Angular, so both are different. Because people who know about Angular, actually Angular is also same to React JS used in companies in projects. Now the point here is Angular JS is different, Angular is different. That is the reason people may have a confusion. Like, is React JS React is same or different? So because sometimes people call React JS, sometimes people call as React. The confusion is there. So there is no confusion here. So React JS, React, anything is same, right? There is no difference actually. But actual Angular and Angular JS are different. They are two different concepts, right? However, so this in this React, what topics we are going to discuss and how we are going to work with React, that entire course content I will share with you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will share a online link with you, a new online link. There I will share the course content and documents so that you can go through that, right? So you can go through, and if you have any doubts, you can let me know after verifying all those concepts, right? Detailed course content, what you are going to learn in this, I will upload and share with you in tomorrow's session. Okay. So here, while working with React, we will work with the two projects. We will deal with the two simple applications. That means by the end of React, you will able to handle a complete React project. So two different projects we will try. So in React. So while learning the React concepts, we will try to implement all these concepts in a project. So we will learn an end-to-end project using a MERN stack. Using MERN stack, we will see. MERN stack is actually, MERN stack means MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node.js, which contains database, server-side programming, middlewares, APIs, and front-end React.js. So finally, you are going to build a complete application using this MERN stack, using MERN stack. So generally, to deal with React, you first need the basic knowledge of these three things. I hope you already know. And nobody will fit without this, right? People come and ask like, I learned little bit JavaScript. I started JavaScript. No, it doesn't fit here. So you should have complete knowledge of JavaScript, then you can fit into this batch. Because here we are not going to teach you JavaScript. Here we are going to use JavaScript. Again, I am telling this, right? This is for the people who completely aware of JavaScript. Okay, right. I hope you are clear, right? So which version of React we are going to deal here and what I am going to teach in this React entire course content. I told you I will upload. No need to ask one by one all topics. I will upload course content, see that thoroughly. And after seeing that, if you have any doubts, you can ask, right? I will share the course content at the end of the sessions, right? So then you can go through that, right? So because people have doubts like this topic, that topic, right? Every topic, no need to discuss here. I will give a list of complete topics, what we are going to learn. See them and get back. Okay. So this is the basic overview I need to give before you start into the concept. Now let's see detailedly about technically about React. This is just overview I given to you, right? Now, technically we need to start understanding. First question here is, so what is React or React JS? The first concept you need to know what is React or React JS. Why you need this, where you use this, right? What is the concept of React? Now, technically, we will see every one step by step. What is JavaScript? What is JavaScript? Uh, JavaScript is a language. JavaScript is a language which is used client side, server side, database, animations, everywhere. So JavaScript is not a client side script. JavaScript is a language which is used even server side also, even in database also. So it is a language. A language is used in various ways. Client side we can use, server side we can use. So what is problem with the JavaScript is a language requires lot of coding. A language requires lot of references and to build an application it is very complex. That is the reason usually developers use libraries. Developers use libraries. I hope if you have learned JavaScript, you might have heard about JavaScript is not directly used in any company project. That means in any real world web application, JavaScript is not used. No, we don't use. JavaScript is a language and we never use JavaScript directly in any project. Any web application will not use JavaScript directly because it's a huge language. Using a language in building an application takes a lot of time. That is the reason in real-time projects, we use libraries. We use libraries. In software technology, you will hear about three things: language, library, framework. We have three basic things: the languages, the libraries, and framework. So languages will provide all the functionalities through which you can build an application. You can speed up the application development by using library. Why? What is a library means? A library contains predefined functions. Means already functions are written. Just you need to use them, customize them according to your requirements. It will speed up the work. That means we can use a library along with a language to build an application faster. And a library language can build application, but they cannot control application flow. Building an application is not enough. After building an application, we should control the application flow. Controlling the application flow means from where to pick the data, where to show the data, so where to collect the data, where to insert the data, all such flow. For that, you need a framework. Every software technology requires language, libraries, and frameworks. So that is the reason if you are a Java, .NET, PHP, Python learner, when you learn Java and go to companies for jobs, first question they will ask, what frameworks you learned? Java people have to learn frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, like microservices. Am I right? Without that, developer is incomplete. That means only language is not enough. It will build application, but controlling the application flow, it is done by a framework. .NET people learn framework like ASP.NET, MVC. PHP people learn frameworks like Cake PHP, Code Igniters. Python people learn frameworks like Django, Flask, Grok. That means without a framework, there is no application. That means we need language, we need library, and we need a framework. React.js is a library. React.js is a library. So what is React.js? It is a JavaScript library. It is a JavaScript library for building interactive UI. It is a JavaScript library for building interactive UI. So it is a JavaScript library for building effective user interface. So React, because many people have confusions. Some people say React framework. Some people say React library. Which one is correct about React is library. React is not a framework. React is a library. So even this library is not enough. That means even you learned React, that is not enough. And alone React cannot do everything. So you need help of some frameworks also. By using those frameworks only, you can finish a complete application. That means any technology, you learned some language or some library, it will not make a complete application. Because people ask like, after learning React, will you teach a project? But React is not enough to finish a project. We will learn a project, but into that we additionally we need to add some framework. Into that we need to add some language. Right? Only library cannot do everything. So the main intention of React is to build effective user interface. Effective user interface. Actually, React history I will explain later. First, what is it? I am giving an idea to you. So here, this is the official of React. This is the official React. This is the official React website. So what React people tell about React? See what is the main line here. What is React? It is a library for web and native user interface. So what is web? What is native? Web is web applications, native is mobile application. So that means mobile native, device native applications also it can build. It is for user interface. So React is not a language, it is not a framework. React is a library. But Angular is a framework. Angular is not a library. Angular is not a language, it is a framework. So it is more larger than React. Difference I will tell you. We will discuss that point. But what is React.js? This is the first thing you need to understand. So React.js is a JavaScript library for building effective user interface, effective user interfaces. Now the question is, why we need React? So why we need this React? Why you have to learn React? What is the necessity of React? So it is a JavaScript library. Good. Then why should I learn this React? What is the necessity of React? To understand this, why we need to learn React like technology. To understand this, first you need to know about one concept. Means we will come back to the answer of this, but for that you need to know another answer. Then you will get an answer for this point, right? What is that? Another question is, what are the challenges in modern web development? This is the first. If you have an answer for this, then you can understand the answer for the second question. What are the challenges in modern web development? This is the first thing you need to know. So actually, do you know officially when web started? The concept of web was introduced in early 1990s by Tim Berners-Lee. We call him father of web. He invented HTML. You know that. So officially we started developing applications for web. So in the early 90s, 1990s. This React, Angular, all these came in 2014. 2014, 2010, 2014, this during this period, these all concepts came. That means earlier these were not there, but we have internet, we have web, we have developed applications for web. Suddenly, why we need these technologies? Means before these technologies also we have internet, we have web. Now suddenly why you need this React, Angular, all these things? From past few years only people know about them. Right? Suddenly why you need all this? For that, you should know what are the challenges in modern web development. That means web is not same as previous. One of the major challenge is, what are the challenges is, first important, majority of web users are using from smart devices, using from smart devices, smart devices. Will you agree with this point? That means majority of internet users, web users are using web through smart device. That is the first change that you will observe in the previous and current. That means earlier internet means, even today we have, but earlier it is extreme. That means in every place you will have cyber center, cyber cafe. People used to go there, sit. and pay money for accessing internet. Right now it is available for your mobiles. That means majority of people are using web from smart device. That is the first change you will observe from the earlier web and the modern web. That is the first one. Then what is challenge in this? The point here is, the first important challenge here is, so web application, web application requires requires unified UX. Web application requires unified user experience. This is the first challenge. That means in modern web development, this is the first challenge. Remember, people who are already working in software companies as web developer from 5-10 years, they are working as web developers. They are again joining the web development courses recently. Already they are web developers. They already know HTML, CSS, JavaScript like concepts. They already aware of certain things. But still many people are again joining the new web development batches. Do you know why? That means they are already developers. They are already working in companies, but still people are people are joining these courses in spite of having that experience. Why? Because they were working in the web development from several years with the old techniques, old style of content, which is not suitable to the modern generation. That means the old methods, the old approach, the old concepts will not fit into the modern. So that is the reason they have to upgrade themselves to the new concepts. Even in JavaScript, there are so many new advanced concepts. Many people are not aware which modern technologies are using. That means 50% only they know JavaScript. So, and that with 50% they are already using, 50% is so much new. Some new things are there. Some advanced things are there. They don't know. And without knowing them, they can't deal with advanced technologies. When layoff coming means companies do layoff, they remove people. First, they will pick up the people who don't upgrade themselves. That means you are a developer with my company from 10 years and you are not updating yourself with the new concepts. Then for the new projects, you will not fit. So the layoff first happens to the people who are not upgrading to the advanced, to the new things. So what is the main challenge in the modern web application is unified experience. What is unified experience? I will tell you. See, for example, we have some YouTube, and YouTube you are watching on a PC, and the same YouTube now you started watching on a mobile. Earlier we don't have that. Earlier people used to watch only on PC. Now people are started watching on mobile and everywhere. When smartphones came, in the beginning of smartphones, I am telling, this YouTube was perfectly working on PC. When smartphones came, smartphones were unable to open YouTube because this website is large and smartphones have limited bandwidth. Due to that, smartphones cannot open this YouTube. Do you know earlier we used to have Opera Mini like browsers? No? I'm talking about the situation before we have an YouTube app. Before an YouTube app, we used to use browsers in a mobile. I hope if you are using mobiles from several years, you have that experience. Smartphones. Now, do you know YouTube is unable to open on mobile? Then what they have done? They implemented a technique called optimize. They implemented a technique called optimize. Not only YouTube, everybody. So optimizing means they compress their site and they will try to fit that onto mobile. Optimizing is compressing, compact, and fit onto mobile. Then mobile people have a complaint. What is the complaint? For example, we have MS Office. MS Office you are using on your laptop or PC. The same MS Office is available in your mobiles also. In mobile also you have a Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Both are same. The MS Excel or Word or PowerPoint you use on PC and on mobile, both are same. What change? The app that you are using on mobile have limited features. Some options are missing. And what is the reason they will tell when you ask a question? You ask like, this option is not working for me, is not available. Why? Then they will say that you are using mobile and here we cannot provide this because it's a limited one. No, I don't want this answer anymore. When you develop an app, it should have same experience across any device. What I am experiencing on a PC, the same experience should be on a mobile. What options I am using on a PC, the same options must be available on a mobile. This is called unified user experience. Unified user experience means an application must have same experience with same set of features across any device. And developing an application like that is not easy. That means developing an application to fit every device is not easy. Remember, when if I ask like I want to use on mobile also, then they will ask like, do you want a mobile app? We will say that no, I don't want a mobile app because mobile app again problem is Android native, iOS native issues will come. I don't want a mobile app. I want a web application only, but it should fit onto any device. That means an application must have same experience across any device. This is called as what? Unified user experience. User experience. Everyone understood? Right? It is the first challenge currently we are facing. That means some supermarket people come to us and they say that you build an app for our supermarket business. And they will say that on mobile also it should be same. If you ask, do you want a mobile app? They will say, no, no, I don't want a mobile app. In mobile also it should work properly. When on mobile browser anybody opens, it should work properly because mobile app concept is different. So that means the point here is everyone wants a unified experience. Second challenge is understood this challenge. So what is unified experience? An application must have same experience across any device. Same features, same functionality, same type of visualization. That is actually the concept, unified experience. Second one, web application must have fluid users, fluid user experience. Must have a fluid user experience, unified experience, fluid experience. Now the concept is fluid user experience. Fluid user experience is also important. Fluid user experience means, suppose you are using, just I will show a point here. Suppose you are using Google. You have a Google search. You are searching for some topic, HTML. Then it shows some results. And when it shows the results, first page result comes. In the first page results, it will show some results. After that, at the bottom, it have page numbers. Am I right? Have you seen? You know this, na? Recently, they changed it. Recently, they changed it. Very recently, they changed it. Now you will not get page numbers. Just, I think 1 month back only they changed it. Right? Just now, 1 month back, they changed this interface. So they have that for images and all. Now, see, earlier we used to have this, such results will come like this. That means now this is the page number. Now you are watching first page results. Now, how to watch the second page results? You have to click on 2. Now imagine in a mobile, the small 2 number you have to touch. Even today, you might have experienced several websites. Buttons are very small. You zoom and hit. Have you done that? Then that is not good fluid experience. If you have zoomed a website and touched it, that's not good. That's not good. That means a fluid experience means user will not get any pages anymore. No more pages. Everything comes on one page. You just scroll, it will keep on loading. You see your YouTube, your Facebook, previously when you are using Facebook, you have next post, previous posts option. Am I right? Now, from few years, what they have done, you are scrolling up and down, continuously posts keep on loading. Am I right? This is called fluid experience. That means user will not go from one page to another. User will stay on only one page. And everything comes onto that page. This concept is called as what? Fluid user experience. Fluid user experience. For example, suppose you say Google. When I'm opening this Google, here I am searching for some React JS. Suppose React JS like this, and you see some results came. Some results came. And you observe carefully, when I scroll down at the bottom, you see it is keep on loading now. It was not there earlier. Do you know? Have you observed that difference? So just 1, 2 months back, they used to put page numbers at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to hit those page numbers. Now recently they changed. Earlier they have this for image search. Right? That means when you open images, what happens? Millions of images will come, but there will be no page number. The images keep on loading. Am I right? That means everything comes on one page. User will stay on one page, just scroll up and down. This kind of experience is called as, we call this as what? Fluid. So designing an application with unified experience, fluid experience is not so easy. Means these features which I am saying, these are not so easy to implement. They need lot of technology. You see Google Maps have a fluid experience. You zoom, more content will load. Am I right? They don't have pages. The point here is you need good unified experience. You need good fluid experience. Another important is, so it requires simplified deployment. It must be loosely coupled and extensible. It requires simplified deployment process. It must be loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible. So simplified deployment, loosely coupled extensible means these are also one of the major challenges. Suppose you are using an application. You installed an application and you are using that application. Suppose some bank application. And after few days, they want to add a new feature into that application. So they want to add a new feature. Now, will they develop a new version and ask you to install it again? Will they ask you to stop using the existing app and give to them so that they can add a new feature into it? No. They will just take few seconds of your idle time. You leave your app for idle for few seconds. They push that new feature into it and they will message you your app updated. Am I right? That means without uninstalling and installing an app, without setting a new version in app, how app gets a new feature? Actually, this is a genius work because do you know when any new feature has to add into an existing app, where this new feature is designed? That new feature is designed outside the app. Outside the app, you are designing a new feature and pushing it into this app. Will it fit correctly? It may fail, right? That means, for example, so you developed a new concept and you are pushing this new concept into existing application. It may lead to catastrophic failures. Catastrophic failures means sudden failures due to some changes. That means catastrophic failures are nothing but you are using it and suddenly some new things came into it. Because of those new things, it disturbed, it stopped. That means these new features should not disturb the existing application. They should smoothly fit into it. This is a very big challenge for software developers. It's not easy. That means updating your apps without uh, asking you to reinstall. It's not easy thing. It's a very tough job because you might have seen, suppose you are using Windows or something. When you are using Windows or something and some update came, you updated Windows and after update, it's not working properly. You faced this problem. That means many times on your mobiles or on your devices, that means your PCs, you updated some software. Then due to that, suddenly your machine starts not responding properly. You might have faced this problem. Then you go to the hardware engineer. First question he will ask, have you installed any new things in this? Have you updated any software? Because the new update is causing some issue. Then he will restore. You know, they give a restore point. They will restore to the previous state so that you will get the same how it is previously. That means adding a new feature is not so easy. But these days, everybody wants this. That means they will say that you please build an app for us, but after few days, I will give a new feature, you should add it. That means it's not final, finish. That means every few days, they will send some new things and those must be fit into that. These days, apps are like that. That means these days, app continuously add new features. They add new facilities. That is called loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible means an application should able to add a new feature into it without disturbing the application. That's important. Easy to extend. Another one, simplified deployment. This is also not easy thing. Simplified deployment means I think you people know few years back. So when you install any software on your PC, Do you know you have to restart your computer? Even today, some softwares need. You install a software, you have to restart your computer. Why to restart a computer? After installing software, why to restart a computer? Because when you install a software, some files of that software need to be copied into Windows registry. Windows registry is your operating system registry. Without copying files into operating system registry, that software is not ready to use. And when a machine is running, so you cannot push anything into Windows registry. That is the reason after installing, you restart. When you restart, again at the time of restarting, the new files are pushed into the registry. Then your software is now ready. Understood the point? Now you will observe that in your mobiles and everywhere, just install open. Have you seen that? There is no restart. That means you just install and it is ready, open. You don't need to restart your mobile until or unless you are updating your OS. You are updating any software, you don't need to restart, just open. You install any game, any app, just open. Install, open. This is very genius work. That means you are designing an app in such a way that after installing, its files penetrate through the registry of operating system and sit in it, so that your software is ready to be used by that operating system. It's a very complicated job. These are all not simple things. These are very, very complicated things in software development. So these are the features that you are watching these days in apps, and how all these features we can get. I hope you understood the challenges. So the major challenges in the modern web development is making a unified experience, making a fluid experience, making it simplified deployment, making it loosely coupled and extensible. Now the question is, what is solution? What is the solution for this? Means how do we achieve all this? What is the solution for this? The solution is better, better develop, develop SPA, better develop SPA. That means SPA refers to single page applications. Single page applications. Better develop single page application. Means in web applications, we have a concept called single page application. That single page application have all these facilities. That means single page applications will have all these facilities. What is the facility of single page application? It is unified in experience. It is fluid in experience. It is loosely coupled and extensive. That means instead of developing traditional web applications, now better follow the approach of single page. Now the question is this single page application new concept? It's not new concept. It's a very old concept. Now recently it is trending. It is an very old concept. Do you know the world's first? So the world's first single page application is Twitter. The world's first single page application is Twitter. Twitter is a single page application. Before React Angular came, we have Twitter. It is the single page application. It is the world's first single page application. That means before these technologies were there, it is there. Now, what is the point is everybody wants like that. That means earlier people were not interested in that. People used to think like, who will use mobiles for internet? But now people are thinking who will use PC for internet, right? That means earlier people thought that who will use mobiles for internet? Mobile is only for calling. But now changes, right? The point here is we know single page applications from several years. We were developing them, but we were not much concentrating on them because everybody don't want. Few people were asking that, but these days everybody wants. Do you know how you build single page applications? Earlier, earlier single page applications are built by using technologies like Knockout JS, Backbone JS, Ember JS, Ember JS. So we have like jQuery also is used for building single page applications. These are all very popularly used. Knockout JS, Backbone JS, Ember JS, jQuery, all these were used for building single page application. So it's not a new concept. It is an old concept, but now it is trending. That means now everybody wants like that. That means everybody says that you build a website for me. It should be like this. It should be like a Twitter. Means it should be like a single page application. It should be a single page application. That means it's not a new concept. Single page applications we were developing from several years. You recently came to learn React, but before you were here, we were training people before React and Angular. We were training people on these technologies. In software companies, we trained people on them. So many companies we delivered training on Knockout JS, Backbone JS like technologies. Even today, several companies are using. Even today, several companies are using them. So that means many companies want them. For example, so Naukri, you see here. So Knockout JS. So you see here, I will show you Knockout JS, Ember JS, and see. And see, this is full stack .NET developer. They ask for Knockout JS. People think that React JS is latest. But companies don't need only latest. They already have projects from several years. They want people to work on those projects. And React JS is the latest recent one. And why React JS is popular, we will discuss about. But you see, this is Knockout JS. Senior software engineer, Knockout JS. And 8 to 12 years experience. Because they know that the person who knows this is not a fresher. Even a 4 or 5 years experience person don't have knowledge on Knockout JS because from 4 or 5 years React was there. Right? So that means you see everywhere. Here you will see UI UX developer. And along with Angular, React JS, Knockout JS. I just filtered Knockout JS. Huh? I'm just filtering Knockout JS. You see, these are all full stack developer jobs and they're asking the knowledge of Knockout JS. But the experience levels are huge. Why? Because they know that the person with knowledge of these is not a new one. He is minimum 5 years experience. Because those people only know this technology. These days, nobody teaches, nobody learns that. Right? But companies are still using. They are still using. I filtered only Knockout JS like that Backbone, Ember, Java people, .NET people, PHP, Python people used to use them. So that means is single page application new concept? It's not a new concept. Earlier, how you used to build single page applications? Knockout JS, Backbone JS, and all these. Now, how you are building them? So we need React to build single page applications. So what is the job of React? What you are going to learn in React? So you by using React, you can build what kind of applications? Single page applications. Actually, very recently, more concept is progressive web applications. web applications. We have SPA and PWA. Single page application, progressive web applications. These two are trending. That means we crossed the limits of single page application. Now we are in the generation of progressive web applications. That means people still working on single page application, but the new generation is starting with progressive web application. What is meant by a progressive web application? Single page application means single page application. So we can use React for building single page applications. Best examples: Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, Netflix. These are all built with React.js. They are all built with React.js. Facebook is React.js. WhatsApp is React.js. Instagram is React.js. Amazon is React.js. They are all built with React.js official. That means they are all single page applications built with React.js, right? Now the point is, what is a progressive web application? Progressive web applications are more advanced than single page. A progressive web application means you will get an app-like experience in browser. That means it will not look like a web page. It will look like an app in browser. Suppose you are using Visual Studio Code. You are using Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, or some software tools you are using. Photoshop, right? So Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code. Studio Code. Online is there. This is Visual Studio Code Online. Where is it? The online Visual Studio Code. Actually, this is the Visual Studio Code Online. This is VS Code Online. This is Visual Studio Code Online. You don't need to install. You don't need to install. You can open here. You can see there is an option, open folder. It will open. That means you can open your projects here. Remember, I'm not using any desktop application. I'm just selecting this. So view files, you can see, yes, and you can see those folders open here. I'm using a website, but it have an app-like experience. This is too tough to build, right? This is called progressive web application. This is called progressive web application. We are in this generation now. That means I want a app-like experience in browser. That is not so easy. It's very complicated concept. That means now we are in the generation of progressive web application. We crossed the limits of single page application. But still, majority people needs a single page application. But now the future is not just single page application. The future is what? Yeah. So photopia.com. You see, this is actually, yeah, you can see this is another one I am showing. This is online Photoshop. It is Photoshop online. You see, this is, Photoshop is a very big tool. This is Photoshop online. That means you will feel like you are not using a page, you are using an app, but it is actually a web page, right? This kind of experience, in order to build, only your HTML, JavaScript is not enough. So React is used for building what kind of application? Single page. And we can build progressive web application. Progressive web application. That is the major concept. So here, another point is there. Now people have a doubt. What is difference between React, and Angular? That's the doubt. Because many people have a doubt like, do I need to learn Angular or React? So that means they ask this choice like, sir, which one is better? Do I need to learn React or Angular? Which one is that? The first important clarity I should give to you is it is not a choice. A web developer in the modern technology must have knowledge of both. It is not React or Angular. It is React and Angular. React and Angular. People make a choice. So I don't know why they are making a choice because somebody told them, right? But it's not a choice. So mandatory. A web developer these days must have knowledge of both. Both. So for example, you see here, suppose this is the Naukri site. I am searching here Java full stack developer. Means I'm just giving Java full stack developer. When I search for Java full stack developer, this is a Java full stack developer. And in the Java full stack developer, you see here a Java full stack developer, they are asking knowledge on React.js. I will scroll down to the another requirement they are asking Angular. And I am scrolling down HCL, they are asking some Angular. I am scrolling down and you see here, you see they are asking React.js. A Java developer job this is, this is React.js. You see React.js. And here you see React.js. And here you see Angular. Now tell me what a Java developer should learn. No choice. That means some projects use Angular, some projects use React. If you have only one in your profile, you will miss other jobs. You will miss other calls. How, why they will call you? That means people made this as a choice just because they don't have time. They don't have time. They have to learn only one technology, right? They made a choice, React, Angular. Which one choose? And who is your guide? Your roommate is your guide. He is your godfather in software because he is already there in Hyderabad in room for more than 10 months and doing all sort of courses in your all institutes. And he is your guide and mentor and godfather. What he will tell, you will think that is the best technology in the world. He is your senior. You follow him, right? Usually, right? And according to them, React is very advanced. React is very trending. Trending, you made it trending. You are the trend maker. How you say this is trending, this is high? Now, practically, I'm showing this because I'm not saying React is great because I'm teaching React, because I teach Angular also, right? At that time, I should not say that Angular is great. Then people will laugh, right? When you teach Angular, you say Angular is great. When you teach React, React is great. Which one is great, right? The point here is both are required. But people, if they have to make a choice, means frankly, I'm telling, if people they have to make a choice, either React or Angular, any choice they have to make, then we will suggest React. If they have a choice, that means if we don't prefer choice, if they want to make a choice, we make a choice of React. Why we make a choice of React? Because majority of companies want a library only, because Angular is big. Angular is a framework. Framework is not used everywhere. Libraries are used everywhere. That means libraries are more fluid than framework. And for framework, so you have job opportunities will be there. Why? Because you see 7 to 12 years, the experience see 20 to 35 lakhs per annum. A Java developer. with React and Angular like technologies. Angular like technologies. These days we have good opportunities. Only the point is, don't make it as a choice. You see, this Java developer, they are asking both React as well as Angular. It's 2 days back posted job. Am I right? 2 days back posted job. And they want both. Why? Because how I can make you fit in one project? My company have 4 or 5 projects. In one project, we use React. In another project, we use Angular. Then you work only for React, then you will not fit for me. Because I need to shift you to other projects if necessary. Then you will not fit for my company. If a company is dedicated with only React projects, they can take you. Only Angular projects, they can take you. Others, not. So that is the reason you don't make it as a choice, right? The difference is actually React is a library and Angular is a framework. So which one is larger, library or framework? Framework is large because framework is a set of libraries. It's a set of libraries. It is larger, but where they use Angular, where they use React. Actually, suppose you are building an application. In that application, already you have an interface. That interface is doing lot of work. You want to make that interface more effective. Means suppose Java people use JSP, PHP people use PHP, Python people use Django and all. They already build UI. They already have a UI. That means they have a form, they have buttons, they have text box, they use HTML and all these things. They build UI. They want that UI more better, attractive, interactive. Then they will choose React. That means already they have a UI, user interface. They already built the interface, but that interface need to be fluid. The interface need to be unified. Then more features, more effective. Then they will go with what? React. Suppose a company plans a project where complete UI also, UI, data interactions, APIs, everything they need to manage in the front end. That means less backend, more front end, heavy front end. That means everything they want to manage in the front end only. Then they need a larger framework in the front end. And that is what? Angular. That means they majority plan everything server side, very less they plan client side. Then they will go with what? React. They have to plan majority in the front end, very heavy front ends. Then backend is very small support. Then they will go with what? Angular. Because they need a good heavy framework in the front end. And that's what Angular is. That's the reason Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these projects have both Angular projects, React projects. Right? We need to have that. So that is the basic difference actually. So both are used for building single page applications, progressive applications. But React is lighter than compared to Angular, right? I will not go technically into them because for that I need to explain what is Angular and all these things. I'll just give this point. I hope everyone understood. Got a clarity, right? So by learning React, what you are going to build? Single page applications and progressive applications. But to build a progressive application, you need knowledge of mobile like development. So our main target will be building what kind of apps? Single page. So we will try 2 projects on this while learning React, an end-to-end project with all advanced features. Remember, in this course, you are going to learn everything in React which is needed for a real-time project. Every concept that you need for a real-time project. That means every concept. Detailed course content I will upload into an online repository and share with you. Tomorrow I will share. Tomorrow I will give you an online link. There I will upload all the course content and I will share these notes also there so that you can get it from there. Okay. I hope you understood. And now practically working with this setting up and everything that we will start from tomorrow. right? Today, I just given an introduction for what it is. Tomorrow onwards, we will start practically working with this. How to install, how to set up, how to start using React in applications, how it looks like everything, right? Tomorrow we will continue. Is it clear? Right. Tomorrow we'll continue with this, right? Thank you. Yeah, online people have any doubts, you can unmute and you can talk if you have any doubt. Online people, if you have any doubt, you can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself and talk. For UI development, Bootstrap is mandatory. Yeah, online people, you don't have any doubts, then we will continue tomorrow, right? Thank you.